When you were creating the worlds, I mean, did you have any idea that they'd have such a lasting influence, or were you just making games to satisfy the markets of the day?
Well, I think in the back of your head, you always hope that something you're going to do is going to have a lasting impact. I mean, certainly that's as a someone in the creative industry, an artist of some, I guess, definition. That's certainly your hope, but you don't go into accounting on it because it doesn't happen very often. So you're trying to speak to an audience that is in today's audience, and if you're lucky, you touch on nerves and elements that transpose you transcend that audience into a much longer experience. But if you don't hit today's market, and today what the audience today is looking for, you don't really have the opportunity to continue to engage them decades down the road.
Fair enough. And when along the road did you realize, all of a sudden that you were successful? Sometimes it's hard for people to take a step back and realize that, through all the work and the toiling that they've been doing, that they've actually managed success, or whatever that elusive concept is. Did you ever have that aha moment?
What? Um, I think people in the creative industry are their own worst enemies in that regard, because we tend to be enormously critical of our own work. Even whenever we finish something, all we see are the flaws in it and the things that we wanted to do better on. So I think there's that creates a constant drive, and I think, to me, success is the opportunity to do more of it. As I was saying to one of my friends, it's like I want to, success to me is the opportunity to keep making more games and keep telling more stories. And so I think that's been lucky all the way through. Actually, the Kickstarter we just did for Shadowrun was an interesting kind of experience, because it was one of those rare opportunities where, inadvertently, I hadn't realized when we started it, but it became an avenue for fans of Shadowrun to express their feelings about it, both monetarily, but also, much more importantly, emotionally. And it was one of those kind of like wake up moments when you realize, wow, I guess something we've done really really has touched people and has stuck with them, and that was enormously impactful and emotional.